zu.
Welcome to my channel! Finally. This is my very first video on my new channel. We're going to talk about books, beauty, and lifestyle. So, I've been thinking about doing this channel for a while, and I finally just decided it's never going to be the perfect time, so I should just do it. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag, and I actually found this on Pinterest. The author is Shauna, so I'll be sure to link her in the description. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? So I started reading a lot last year, 2019. I started reading a lot, and honestly, I used to read, but I got to the point where I felt like I just didn't have time, and I didn't know where to start. Like, I remember going to Barnes & Noble, and I'm just like in the bookstore, but I don't really know which book to get. And you know, I had a favorite author when I was in, you know, grade school. I'm not in grade school anymore, so it's like finding out what I liked, what I wanted to read was where I needed to start. So honestly, my favorite book, where is it? It's right there. My favorite book is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. And Julesy, she's a YouTuber, she put me onto that book. She did a review, and I actually watched the review, and maybe like a year later I ended up getting the book. I'm like, I don't know where to start, but I know I want to read. So I got the book. Tayari Jones, she's actually on Oprah's book list, that book specifically. I do have The Red Sparrow by her as well. She's from Atlanta. The book is actually in Atlanta as well, like the setting of the book. And she actually taught at Rutgers, and I graduated from Rutgers, so that's a fun fact. So that book kind of got me started. When you find a book that you love, you kind of just keep going. It's so easy to look at the recommendations on Barnes & Noble or whatever bookseller you use. Also, Instagram is a great resource. So I decided to start the channel because books are now my getaway. And this is just a small little glimpse of my most recent reads here. So, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I think I'm relatable to a lot of people. There are a lot of Booktubers that people really probably don't know about, and they probably don't know about the hashtag, because before I started watching and before I started paying attention to the book networks on Instagram and YouTube, I didn't know. So hopefully I can get people to start reading and learn about new authors and new genres, because I feel like I'm not interested in just one genre. I read a vast amount of books, so hopefully I can get people interested and get people reading. What are you most excited about for this new channel? I'm excited to hear feedback, to talk to people about books, to meet people who are really reading, and get recommendations from them. So I'm really excited about the dialogue. Hopefully I can get to the point where I can get like authors on and leverage my platform so that, you know, I can ask them what inspired them. Why do you love reading? Reading is honestly my getaway. So, you know, if you read a book, especially a book that's been adapted to film, you're in control of the narrative, and you know, when you watch the movie, you're like, oh, I didn't think of it that way. So I really like reading because you have the reins and you're in control. What book or series got you into reading? Oh, I already mentioned this. Okay, so An American Marriage by Tayari Jones really got me back into reading. And I actually read a lot of books by Caribbean authors. So I have Patsy here by Nicole Dennis Ben, Queenie by Candace Carty Williams, Black Sunday. Oh, Maisie Card is amazing. These Ghosts Are Family is a great book. You should read it. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would ask them, honestly, how do they consciously decide on what content they bring to their channel? Like, do you take notes? Because I've been thinking about making this channel for so long. So when I'm reading, I'll think I should make notes so that I can highlight them in different reviews. But then I've been on the fence about making the channel. So, and now after discussing books with people who, like, you know, I recommend them to, I realized that I'm forgetting like intricate details in the stories, which is okay, which happens after like a year or so. So I would just ask them, like, you know, how do you control, you know, gauging the information that you bring back to your reviews on your channel? What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I don't plan to broadcast my channel. I just kind of want to put it out there, and whoever's interested, they can watch and they can, you know, discuss with me. But I think maybe getting traction might be a big challenge in the beginning. When did you start reading? I started reading at the beginning of time, and I'm 26 now. I just turned 26. Leo season. Yeah, I've always been an avid reader, thanks to my mom. So, you know, I just stopped reading during undergrad a lot. I stopped reading for leisure, really. And it's so funny because I got into reading again right before grad school, and I told myself, you know, I'm not gonna have time to read, but honestly, you make time, because I don't have time to read every night when school is in session and when I'm working, but you make time when the books are that good. And that's what I tell people. You just have to find the one book that you love. Where do you read? I read everywhere. So now I'm that person who, I just traveled and I had 3 books with me. I actually had All About Love by Bell Hooks with me. I had Heads of the Colored People with me. Oh, and A Brief History of 7 Killings, which I'm really into. I have to finish that soon. So yeah, I'm that person now where I read everywhere. I could be going somewhere in the car with someone, and as long as I'm not driving, I'm bringing a book. I always have a book in my bag with me. So I read everywhere. What kinds of books do you like to read? I really like, so I like dramas. I like thrillers as well. Mysteries. This one is a little gory to some people, A Brief History of 7 Killings, but I love it. It's what I've been reading for a while. I like books that actually, and Girl, Woman, Other, An American Marriage, Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. Those books actually shift the narrative per chapter. So you'll have one chapter where it's from the perspective of one person, and then another chapter where it's another character. So I really love books like that because you get to see the story through different lenses. That's the last question. So I am looking to do more tags and also to get into specific reviews on books ASAP. And I'm gonna throw a little beauty in there, and it's gonna be fun. It's really gonna be fun, and I want as much feedback as I can get from you all. And I love you dearly if you did stick with me for the entire video. And if you did, in the comment section, tell me what your favorite book is for 2020. And even if you didn't read in 2020, what's your favorite book? Who's your favorite author? Let me know. Say hello. Drop your Instagrams. And thank you for watching.